What is going on, guys? My name is Drakesy and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. Today's video is going to be something that I've just invented in my head. I don't know whether it's a good idea. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, but let's get into it. So the premise behind today's video is going to be running through certain teams and running through their players from now on FIFA all the way back to what their first cards on FIFA were. So say if they started back in FIFA 10, then what we'll do is we'll look at their modern day card and we'll look at their previous card. What I'm going to be covering today is England's defence, so this video is around players that are in England's defence. Then I'll probably upload a video in a couple more days covering the midfield of England, then I'll cover the attacking players of England, and then I'll move on to other teams if you guys are enjoying this series. So if you have any teams that you do want to recommend, be sure to get them in the comment section below. And if you are watching this, please drop it a huge like, because then I know you guys are enjoying this. Let's aim for somewhere around, let's say 25 likes is achievable. So if you are watching, please give it a like, and thank you very much for watching. So just a quick note, the website that I will be using today, as you can see in the top corner, is going to be FootWiz. So if you haven't used FootWiz before, I would recommend using it because that's the website I use for all my stats. This is not an ad or anything, it's just my preferred website of them all. So as we can see, the first card we're looking at is going to be Hart. England's goalkeeper. Today on FIFA, this is his card. He's got an 84 rated goalkeeper card, playing for Torino out in the Italian league. And he's English, of course, because this is the England defence. A very nice looking card indeed, but we're going to cut to his brand new card in 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I said brand new card, but bam, as you can see, look, this is his 79 rated card from all the way back in FIFA 10. FIFA 10 card, it's absolutely crazy to see this card. As you can see, at the time he was still playing for Bristol City. I don't know whether he was out on loan from Man City or whether he was playing for them at this point. I don't know whether he went on loan to Bristol City. If you guys know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not too sure. I think he was actually playing full time for him at the moment. But as you can see, a 79 rating card, to be honest, that's not even that much of a bad card. He's only one rating below an 80, and an 80 is a nice looking card. And as you can see, this came out in FIFA 10, which means that that was around 2009 when the game came out, which does mean this card is in fact 7 years old. So in 7 years, he's only gone up 5 ratings. The next goalkeeper we're looking at is going to be Fraser Forster, the kind of backup, I would probably say secondary keeper to Hart at the moment. As you can see, his card on FIFA today at the moment is his 78 rated goalkeeper card, playing for Southampton. It's a pretty nice looking card, some decent stats on there, but nothing too amazing indeed. But are we ready to go back to FIFA 10, I believe, when his first card was out? 3, 2, 1. My mistake, in fact, his first card was FIFA 11, and as we can see, this is his 72 rated goalkeeper card for Celtic at the time. If you did not know, he was actually up playing in Scotland for Celtic for quite a while before moving down. I think he moved to another club before. No. I think he did actually move to Southampton straight from Celtic. But looking at this card, to be honest, some of the stats on there make him much better than 72. Some fantastic stats like 74 diving, 74 reflexes, 73 positioning, and then 72 handling. So to only be a 72 rated goalkeeper at the time, he had a pretty good card indeed. Now we're going to move on to the centre backs of the team, and as we can see, starting off, that is going to be Chris Smalling of Manchester United. This is his most modern card on FIFA. As we can see, he's got an 84 rated card in FIFA. A very nice looking card, and I think, if I'm right, it's still quite expensive in FIFA. This late on in FIFA, I still think it's going for about 25 grand on Xbox. So it's not actually that much of a bad card. Everybody does love it from what I've heard. But as you can see, he's got 77 pace and 84 defending and physical. A very nice card. But are we ready to cut to his FIFA 10 card, I think? And bam! Look at this card, guys. This is incredible stuff. Looking at Chris Smalling here from Fulham at the time. Chris Smalling, before Manchester United had bought him, was a 58 rated bronze player on FIFA. I love seeing cards like this that are now 80s, like mid 80 rated cards. But at the start of FIFA, he was a 58 rated card on FIFA 10. That is absolutely incredible stuff to see. As you can see from the comment from the Liverpool player just putting wow, that is exactly my reaction looking at this. His pace is absolutely abysmal. And to be honest, when you think about it, he is near enough his rating flip now. So as you can see, he's 58. So if you flip those numbers, that becomes 85. He's only 84 rated, so it's just, yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, but he was 58 rated, that's mad. The next player we're looking at today is going to be Phil Jagielka of Everton, and as we can see, this is his 82 rated centre-back card from England as expected, even though I do believe he could have played for Poland if he wanted to, but yeah, that's another video completely. But as we can see, he has a pretty decent card. Defensive wise, he's got some good stats. He could maybe do with a bit more pace, but he is getting on a bit in his career. As we can see, he's 34 years old, but all that will change when we go back in time to, I believe, FIFA 10. Let's check out that card now. As we can see, Phil Jagielka back in FIFA 10 was in fact still an 80 rated centre back, which reasonably is a pretty decent card overall for him. He's kind of been consistent through FIFA. He's always been at a relatively decent level, I would say. It is a bit confusing how 5 years ago he was only 30, but now he's 34. Maybe he's a Time Lord and he doesn't actually age, because, to be honest, he's a pretty decent defender as well. So to still be carrying on, it is good to see. But as we can see, Phil Jagielka was 85, but he also did get an inform on FIFA 10. And as we can see, this is that inform card. They kind of looked very similar to the base cards back in FIFA 10, but he did in fact have an 85 rated inform card back on FIFA 10. Some very nice pace on those 75, some incredible defending, heading and passing stats on that card. If that was in FIFA today, that would be a very, very reasonable card indeed. But yeah, that's Phil Jagielka. The next player we come to is in fact Gary Cahill. As we can see, this is rare gold 83 rated centre-back card for Chelsea. He's kind of been playing this season, but kind of not. Like, they play 3 at the back at the moment, Chelsea, and apparently Conte at the moment isn't happy with him and is trying to get rid of him. So potentially we might see him move club in January or the summer. But moving away from that, that is once again another video. A pretty decent card in FIFA this year, seeing as though the year they had last year, you'd expect him to get a really big drop. But we're going to go back to his first card in FIFA now. He's 83 at the moment, and his first card was this card, the 76 rated Cahill card, centre back playing for Bolton Wanderers FC. That is actually the club of where I come from. I do come from Bolton, so yeah, he did in fact used to play for that club. My granddad supports that club and all that, and the whole family supports him. But personally, I am a Manchester United fan. But anyway, moving away from that, as we can see, he had a pretty decent card overall, pretty decent pace, defending and heading are the main stats that you wanted on the card back then. And to be honest, this comment that we can see underneath from the Barca guy, he's actually put, this looks like Robert Lewandowski. I can agree with that, I can see where he's coming from. Gary Cahill did in fact look like Robert Lewandowski. The next card we come to on this list is in fact John Stones. As we can see, he's got a 78 rated card on FIFA at the moment. Pretty decent for the youngster. He's only 22 years old. He's playing for Man City, and to be honest, some of the stats on there look very, very usable indeed. As also we know he's got a ones to watch card, but seeing as though he's not got an inform, that hasn't changed in rating as of yet. But at the moment, like I was saying, he's 78 rated on this FIFA. Now we're going to go back to his first FIFA, which I believe was FIFA 13. And as we can see, John Stones back in FIFA 13 was in fact a 55 rated right back card playing for, I think that's Barnsley. Is that Barnsley? Am I wrong? If you know who this is, I think that badge is Barnsley. I might be wrong. That's going to bother me, but yeah, we're going to go with it being Barnsley. Anyway, looking at his card, he's got pretty decent pace, 64, seeing as though he is only 55 rated. His card is absolutely abysmal though, it looks atrocious. At the time of this card being made, he was in fact only 18 years old, and as we can see, he has improved immensely over the last couple of years. He's now rated up at 78 rated. And on this, he was only 55 rated, so that's incredible stuff to see. Massive upgrade for him. And once again, it's really weird to see what you know as gold cards as really low rated bronze players. Now we're going to move on to the fullbacks of the English defence, and the first one we're going to come to is one of my favourites, and that's going to be Kyle Walker. As we can see at the moment, his highest rated card as of making this video is his 84 rated inform card. Now, looking away from this, his base card is actually 81 at the moment, playing right back. So still, we're going to just look at his rating going from the inform, which is in fact 84 at the moment. So yeah, using this as a template of his highest rated card, we're going to go back to his first ever card. So remember, 84 this year, and his first card was, all the way back in FIFA 10, Kyle Walker was a 68 rated right back, playing for Sheffield United. It's incredible. I do love seeing some of these cards. Still, that pace isn't far off what it is these days. Very, very high. EA knew at that time, they just knew that he was going to be a fast player. And as we can see, he's 23 as of this card being made. 84 pace, which is the standout stat. Apart from that, the rest are kind of shoddy. But yeah, it's just once again incredible to see him now an 81/84 rated player if you include his inform. But back in FIFA 10, he was only 68 rated. The next player for us to look at is going to be Ryan Bertrand, a very, very good player indeed. Used to play for Chelsea back in the day as well. I believe he actually has a Champions League winner medal as well, because I think he played in the final and when Chelsea won the Champions League. So yeah, if you might not know that, Ryan Bertrand actually has a Champions League medal, I believe. But as we can see, he is now plying his trade out at Southampton, a very, very good player, developing constantly. He's still relatively young at 27 years old. He's 79 rated left back for England, some decent stats. Let's remember that he's 79 and cut to his first card on FIFA now. And as we can see, that card was back in FIFA 10 when he was playing for Reading, and he's a 63 rated bronze once again. He's a left back at the time, a decent looking card once again, as we can see. He's only 23 years old, so he was still the same age as Kyle Walker. So he ages at the same age as Kyle Walker does. But to be honest, back in the day, EA believed that Ryan Bertrand was higher rated than Kyle Walker. Now that is a bit debatable, but yeah, playing for Reading Football Club, Ryan Bertrand back in the day. The penultimate player on this list is going to be the right back Nathaniel Klein, playing for Liverpool now. He's 81 rated, and this is a fantastic looking card once again. Some very, very high rated stats on there, like his pace and his defence and stuff. But looking round, it's kind of an evenly based card as well. But what we're looking at is going to be his 81 overall, and going back to his first card on FIFA, which is his FIFA 10 card, believe it or not. And as we can see, his FIFA 10 card was a 70 rated right back card, playing for Crystal Palace at the time. He had a very fast pace, 80 pace. I don't know if you can see that on the card. But yeah, very, very fast player still. But yeah, as we can see, somebody commenting that they think his physical stats are amazing. To be honest, for a 70 rated right back, his physical stats aren't that bad on the card. But at the time of making it, he was 22 years old. He looks very, very young on his card indeed. But still, playing for Crystal Palace, I forgot that he even played for them. And the final player we come to on this list is going to be Danny Rose of Tottenham / Spurs these days. And as we can see, this is his 80 rated rare left back card. Once again, some fantastic all-round well stats on his card, if that makes any sense. But as we can see, he's 26 years old as well. He's a left back, he's looking pretty decent in real life, he's looking good on his card. Remember, 80 rated left back. Now let's cut to his old card, his first card, which I think was in FIFA 11. The reason why I kept this one till last is because in fact he has also had a position change. So as we can see, back in the day on FIFA 11, Danny Rose was playing for Barnsley once again, I think that is. And as we can see, he was 70 rated silver, but he was also a left winger. So over time he's actually been converted back to being a defender, but back in the day he was a 70 rated left winger playing in a lower league, but still he looks like a decent card overall. Some good looking stats on the card, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, and he was only 23 years old as of making this card. But guys, that has been my wrap up of the England defence. First cards on FIFA, and nowadays, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I'll probably call it in the title as you've watched this, but thank you very much for watching. If you have any teams that you do want to recommend, get them down in the comment section below, and then I can cover them after I've wrapped up the England team. So fingers crossed you enjoyed this. Like if you have. Thank you for watching. See you in a bit.